36 Body language signs a guy likes you but is trying not to show it. Hello and welcome back to our YouTube channel. Body language is a powerful indicator in virtually any situation, serving as a window to one's inner thoughts. Even when no words are spoken deliberately, it's remarkable how people convey their feelings through gestures, smiles, and subtle movements like tilting their heads. In this video, we'll present you with 36 signs of body language that suggest a guy might be interested in you but is attempting to conceal it. Make sure to watch the entire video to discover expert advice on what specific cues to closely observe. Let's dive right in. 1. His posture is open. This signifies that his feet are positioned at shoulder width, his shoulders appear relaxed, his hands and arms remain uncrossed, and his jaw is not clenched. Open body language serves as a clear indicator that a guy is genuinely interested and attentive to you. You can easily observe this in his physical gestures, particularly in the way he positions his hands. 2. You can physically see his hands. View it as a positive sign that when you're with this guy, he doesn't hide his hands in his pockets or behind his back. When a guy feels at ease in your presence, he typically keeps his hands visible. 3. He tilts his head in two directions. When a guy tilts his head to the side, it indicates his curiosity and attentiveness. You're clearly engaging his intellectual side, so embrace that, clever girl. 4. His breathing is relaxed. When he maintains a slow and steady breathing rhythm, it signifies that he's at ease and can truly be his authentic self in your presence. This is a positive sign, as men appreciate feeling comfortable around their partners. 5. He has clammy hands. When his palms feel slightly sweaty, it may suggest he's feeling nervous. Nervousness can be a sign of genuine interest, as it shows he cares and wants to avoid making any mistakes. 6. He inadvertently grazes or touches you. Whether he unintentionally grazes your hand or repeatedly bumps your foot beneath the table, these subtle touches are positive signs of physical contact, indicating his desire to be close to you. 7. He plays with his necktie. When individuals become anxious, they frequently find comfort in touching the exposed hollow where the neck meets the collarbone. Since the necktie knot resides in this vicinity, men will often fiddle with their neckties when they are genuinely interested in a woman feeling perturbed by it. 8. He stumbles over his words. If he frequently stumbles over his words, especially when he's typically the center of attention and not usually awkward, it suggests he's feeling nervous in your presence. When you notice this unusual difficulty in forming sentences around you, it could be a sign of his genuine interest. 9. His face gets flushed, and not because it's warm. When someone is deeply attracted to another person, it can trigger a stress response, releasing adrenaline that may result in facial flushing. However, it's important to rule out external factors like extremely hot weather or excessive alcohol consumption, such as being on their third tequila drink, which can also contribute to facial flushing. 10. He stands inches from you when you're face to face. Whether you're waiting in a restaurant queue, riding in a subway car, or bidding farewell, he simply can't resist the urge to be in close proximity to your face. If he displays a lack of hesitation about physical closeness and expresses his intentions without crossing any boundaries, it's a strong indication that he desires to be as near to you as he can. 11. His pupils are huge. Either the environment is exceptionally dimly lit, or this subtle signal suggests that he's interested in you. Dilation is a neurological response that takes place when you have a liking for or are attracted to something. 12. His eyebrows raise up when he sees you. When he's attracted to you and finds you appealing, his immediate reaction upon seeing you is a desire for more of your presence. This is reflected in the dilation of his eyes, causing his eyebrows to raise. Additionally, it indicates his genuine interest in whatever you're saying. 13. He shows you his front teeth when he smiles. Most guys tend to stop flashing big, toothy smiles around the age of 5, unless they're genuinely thrilled. When casually flirting, he might not showcase a wide grin, but during an exceptionally enjoyable date when he's having a great time, keep an eye out for those teeth. When he's genuinely ecstatic, he won't hide that happy smile. 14. He smiles above the mouth. Genuine smiles go beyond just the mouth, they also raise the forehead and result in slightly squinted eyes. If his smile involves his entire face, it's a sign that you're truly making a positive impact on him. 15. He licks his lips in a cute, not creepy, way. When you feel attracted to someone, your mouth naturally generates extra saliva in response. You might notice him swiftly licking his lips or pressing them together as a reaction to this physiological response. 16. He locks eyes with your face, not your eyes. While you might expect a guy who's deeply infatuated with you to have a difficult time tearing his gaze away, it's important to consider that in our current era, people have grown accustomed to being constantly engrossed in their phones. As a result, prolonged eye contact can sometimes make individuals feel uneasy. Therefore, here's a new guideline: if he spends approximately 80% of your interaction shifting his focus between your eyes, nose, and lips, it's a clear indicator that he's interested in you. 17. He takes a deep breath when he sees you. While men certainly need oxygen, there's an interesting subconscious behavior to observe. When a guy subconsciously takes a deep breath, he tends to pull in his stomach and puff out his chest. This unconscious action is a way to enhance the appearance of a broader upper body and a slimmer waist, which are two traits that make him seem more physically fit and, from an evolutionary standpoint, more appealing. In simpler terms, he's attracted to you and instinctively trying to draw your attention. 18. The moment he sees you, he wants to touch you or really look at you. The initial action someone takes upon entering a space can reveal a lot about their priorities. He won't simply enter your place and sit down. Instead, he'll likely seek a hug, a kiss, or exchange a meaningful gaze before doing anything else. 19. He leans toward you when you talk. In a loud and bustling bar, this signal may not carry as much significance. However, when he can clearly hear your words without any difficulty and still leans in closer, it's a clear indication that he's genuinely interested in what you're saying and, more broadly, in you as well. 20. He puts his hands on his hips with his elbows out to the sides. This posture occupies more room compared to standing with arms pressed against his sides, making it a male power signal. Men employ this stance to assert physical dominance over other males in the given context. Additionally, if he's angled towards you while adopting this stance, it suggests that he's actively seeking your attention. 21. He touches your knee or tucks your hair behind your ear. When he starts physical contact under a different pretext, such as complimenting the softness of your clothing, it serves as a subtle test to gauge your response to his touch. Touch can be a means for him to explore your boundaries, and in some cases, it might imply a focus solely on a physical connection. However, if he genuinely likes you, he might retract his touch gradually and offer a sweet smile, signifying his desire to take the time to establish a deeper connection with you. 20. He sits with his legs spread. This stance indicates vulnerability, suggesting that he's open to both physical and emotional exposure as he endeavors to connect with you and get to know you better. 23. He angles his pelvis toward you. Due to its overtly sexual nature, this body part often serves as a signal of sexual interest or the absence thereof. If he shifts his hips away from you, it's likely an indication of the latter, suggesting a lack of sexual interest. 24. He points his toes toward you. The feet play a role in the fight-or-flight response triggered in danger, and as a result, they are primarily influenced by the unconscious mind. This makes them significant indicators during social interactions. Generally, feet tend to point in the direction the heart desires to go. However, it's essential to consider the timing. If you're engaged in a conversation with a guy who initially appears interested, and then you touch his arm only to observe his feet turning away from you, the context suggests that his interest has waned. 25. He crosses his legs. When he crosses his legs in a manner that pivots his torso and upper body away from you, it could indicate disinterest. However, if he crosses his legs in a way that points them away from you while keeping the rest of his body turned in your direction, it might simply suggest shyness. Of course, the interpretation can vary from one individual to another. 26. He shuffles toward you while you're talking. This signal unmistakably indicates that he clearly desires to become closer to you. 27. He talks to you without facing you. Although this behavior might suggest that he's exploring his options, it's essential not to hastily form judgments about someone's conversational skills just because he engages in conversation while occasionally looking elsewhere. If he actively seeks common ground or poses numerous questions, his body language might be a reflection of his naturally shy personality, and he could genuinely be captivated by your conversation. 28. He touches his throat. The throat is symbolic of communication and vulnerability. If, during your interaction, he reaches up to touch his throat, it's a sign that he's interested in you and concerned about making a favorable impression. However, keep in mind that context is crucial. If you're conversing with someone known for playing games, a throat touch might indicate dishonesty. It's advisable to gauge his overall behavior and consider other signs on this list before offering reassurance. 29. When he holds your hand, he presses his palm against yours. This form of firmly holding hands represents a longing for a deeper connection. The same principle applies to interlocking fingers. Conversely, when the palm is arched or turned upwards, it suggests he might be feeling apprehensive or holding something back. 30. He grazes your forearm while he's talking. The message is crystal clear: he seeks your attention, whether it's to leave a lasting impression or to ensure that you're actively listening because he genuinely wants his words to be heard. 31. He walks beside you. If he consistently remains ahead of you by 2 steps, it indicates that he's prioritizing his own concerns over your comfort and needs. Unless he's guiding you through a daunting or congested area, he should be adapting his pace to align with yours. 32. He sits side by side with you as often as he can. Even if there's a comfortable armchair right next to your compact couch, he chooses to squeeze in beside you instead. When you're dining at a restaurant with alcoholic beverages, he won't hesitate to sit on the same side as you instead of across from you. These actions symbolize his desire to be on the same team as you and create a closer connection. 33. He plays with his glass. This behavior can be indicative of either nervousness or attraction. A gentle caress may imply his desire to make physical contact with you. When his voice adopts a slower, sweeter tone, it signifies that he's willing to lower his defenses and display vulnerability, emphasizing his comfort and connection with you. 35. He minimizes interruptions and distractions. More than merely stowing his phone away while in your company, which is the basic courtesy on a date, he refrains from interrupting your story to remark on the football game playing in the background or the spiciness of the Cajun fries. Nevertheless, we all make occasional slips, and even if he does interrupt you, an attentive guy will swiftly offer an apology and reach out to touch you as a way to re-establish a connection with you. 36. He treats your possessions with respect. Even if he goes above and beyond to make you feel incredibly special on a first date, it's essential to observe how he treats your belongings. Does he casually toss your jacket to you instead of handing it politely? Does he reach into your purse to grab gum and then carelessly drop it on the floor? Such careless handling of your possessions provides insight into the level of respect he holds for you and offers a glimpse into what it might be like if you were to share a living space together. If you enjoyed watching this video, don't forget to like, subscribe and turn on the notification bell, so you don't miss any new facts. Let us know your thoughts about this video in the comments section down below, and feel free to stay and enjoy it until the end. Also make sure to check out our next highlighted video, and we will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe.